Okay. Good evening, teacher. Today I'm going to talk about Tacama Vineyard. We are the group 14, and the members of the group are Luigi Colonna, Brian Garibay, who is speaking, Grisel Maldonado, and Abel Ramirez. So I'm going to start with the objectives of the Tacama Vineyard. The short term, the goal is to get closer to the consumer and, in that sense, to be the first country in Peru to offer an enoturism experience in the booming wine sector. What it is, it's to create something experimental so that the public will learn and experience the past and the present of the state. As a long-term objective, we hope to develop more so these wines are very and very in every home in Peru and are tradition that we started in this world. Better national and international position, recognition of Tacama as the leading winery in South America, and increased profitability of the portfolio. I'm going to continue with, with the marketing objectives. Tacama made the first winery in South America and the first in Peru. We will now focus on further strengthening our position and accelerate growth in foreign markets. The marketing strategy, the wine tourism strategy produces the revolutionary Peruvian identity. This strategy succeeds in boosting tourists thanks to a wine tourism proposal. They put forward in ICA. In 2018, they received the Business Innovation Award for showing visitors the process of wine, pisco, crows, and vineyards, in addition to tasting the aromas they display in the market. The marketing strategy is very simple. We have to know who we're gonna sell. So the target in any sales strategy is the main thing that we should know the where we have to put all our focus. Also, the presentation, the design, the color of the bottle will give your wine a definite identity. So, for example, most white bottles are green colored glass like champagne. So the presentation is very important to get the people your attention. Also, the label. The label must have a good name to the people remember all the time. Also, the packaging, the containers, the bottle in the store, warehouse, or the time of distribution is also important. It must be a memorable design for the customer, like a box of wood with a couple of details or something like that that may make the packaging a little flashy, and the people will recognize and like it. And also, the main marketing strategy is social media because nowadays uh, the world uh, the world is everything about social media. So one company can also use social media for the marketing campaigns. They use this tool to motivate and target their public to help them spread the word about their products. They use the platforms such as Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, Snapchat, Twitter, and all of them to to spread the word. Because the people say this product is good, so they give the information to other person, and it's mouth to mouth. So, in conclusion, it is concluded that the current political situation does not allow the company to see a clear future, which affects expectations and makes planning difficult. Therefore, it is considered that the political factor is an aspect that can negatively affect the company. Since politics affects the Peruvian economy, reducing GDP growth, making people look for savings and think twice before making a purchase. Otherwise, the social factor in Peru will possibly affect the company because the sale of alcoholic beverage in the country is a very large source of employment due to the consumption of by the citizen, which generates a very feasible business. That's all for me. my partner will continue with the rest of the presentation. Um, I expect it will be good. Uh, just in addition, selling alcohol or beverage is always a good business in Peru because uh, all day or all the weekends people like to get a drink, even it's beer, champagne, vodka, and everything. But also, wine is like a fancy beverage. So so it's a good business. Thank
Good evening, teacher. Well, now I am going to talk about the mission and vision of Tacama. Well, uh, we are going to talk in first person. The mission of our company is to exceed the expectations of our visitors by surprising them at every moment and every experience. And the vision is to be a center for the dissemination of wine, gastronomy, and cultural tradition of the Peruvian coast. We want that all the visitors of Ica must go to our vineyard and to develop the opportunities for the area we live. Now I'm going to talk about the market research. First, the best. In politics, we have that political situation in our country directly affects the company. Yeah, people are not happy with the current government and they are taking the streets to protest. There are national strikes of transportation that it's difficult for us for the distribution of wines to the different points of sale, even hindering the export of wine, delaying their shipments to international markets. So that's very bad for us. Another problem is that the selective consumption tax is constantly being increased, which has a direct impact on the selling price of the wine to the final consumer. It makes it more expensive and affects sales of us. In economics, we have our country has always been characterized for having an economy in constant growth, but unfortunately, these last months it has not been so. Prices in general of all products are increasing. We have constant inflation. That's a real problem here. A clear example of that is the increase of the fuel prices. Uh, it directly affects the company because distribution costs increase considerably, as well as freight costs for the acquisition of supplies. Unfortunately, most products increase, more people choose to prioritize, and this has an impact on the decrease in the consumption of alcoholic beverage. In social, we have that many people think that a wine is better because it comes from abroad, but it's not real. Our country produces very good wines. The mentality of consumers must change. So we have to make some campaigns for that. On the other hand, we have a society obsessed with health, quality of life, being in shape and aspiring to eternal youth. Always want to be young. So wine, unlike the other beverages, it's adorned with healthy attributes that should be promoted. Red wine has campaigned on its antioxidant and cardiovascular benefits. In this regard, the biological aim of fortified wines under floor bill deserves a research effort in this respect. If we talk about technology, we are facing a digital society that makes its consumption decisions on the internet and it's both consumer and prescriber. Wine will have to do a battle in the digital space, find its niche, and correlate its virtual image with its real consumption. More wine will be given as gifts in the future to the internet will be the largest of the wine libraries we must adapt. So we have to adapt these times that it's all digital. To do this, we must be clear that we are facing a society that does not consume products, but participates in the story that surrounds it. Consumers no longer buy products, but the stories they represent. What does this mean? That now people wants to be part of the story. So we have to do like marketing, um, um, marketing campaigns that involve people to be part of the story of the wine. So marketing has moved from brand image to brand story. Our marketing area must know how intelligence work on its own story. Despite having the less advanced technology for wine production, it is difficult to prevent drugs or pests. So we must be well prepared to face them. Talking about competitors, we have Santiago Querolo and with Intipalca. We have Tabernero. We have Conchitoro, Navarra Correas, Lam, Viña Vieja, Ojucaje, and Viña de los Campos. Well, we have, for example, Quirogo, Intipalca. Directly, it's a competitor in medium wines like Selección Especial with Intipalca products. In Tabernero, we have like the sweet wines. We can have competition in sweet wines also in Tabernero, in Ocaje, and Viña de los Campos. And for example, Conchitoro, Navarre Correas, land, we have like with Don Manuel, we have to be fighting with them. Talking about the DFAO or SWOT matrix, we have that the strengths of our product is that we have quality products of our company. We have quality products, we have cutting edge technology, we have self-recognized from winemaker and sommeliers. They recognize that we have good products. We have extensive product portfolio. We have international agreements, external reputation as the first vineyard in Latin America, a good geographical diversity. We work with natural resources. We have high demand for the products abroad and a product with the most medals. International, we have a lot of medals for the quality of our wines. Talking about opportunities, we increase sales through digital channels. We have increased the sales with this. We implementation of virtual tastings and pairings. We are making like a virtual, for example, we have sommeliers that give you some classes about how to drink the wine and how to combine it with food. We have the creation of sub products, get it based on the grape baggage in the grape baggage. For example, they make like lipsticks and handheld with the baggage of the grape. We have electric power generation with the baggage too. Innovation in new presentations such as cane pisco, personal consumption formats, and business alliance with companies linked to the product launch promotions. Okay. That's we talk about that. For example, we make some alliance with, for example, Oregon Foods, and make some packs to sell wine and meat. So we have some cut of meat that sells with some of our wines. In weakness, we have little presence in restaurants and bars. We are now like changing it. Attributes of non-disseminated products, insufficient brand presence in advertising and gondolas. That's because we didn't have a um, a marketing area before, but now they are like growing. Absence of on digital channels. Now we are changing it. High prices compared to the to our competitors. Marketing area in training. Now they are training to be more efficient. Product presentation very serious and little striking. They are making now a rebranding, so I hope it change soon. In okay, opportunities in threats, we have constant increase in GSA, the taxes of consume. We have a constant increase. We have a emergence of new artisanal products. There's a lot of products. Now we have a lot of brands because of the pandemic. There are a lot of new pisco and new wines. We have lack of technology of oenological knowledge in consumers and hospitality. So most people don't know much about wines. We have decrease in pisco consumption by conjuncture. Yeah, because of the pandemic, the pisco consume decrease. We have climatic factors like, for example, there's a lot of hot sometimes and no water, so that's it's bad for us. And we import okay, and competitors import foreign wines to our market, so it's hard for us because we only produce our own wines. What else? My partner made the conclusion, so I hope you like our work, and we finish the presentation with that. So thank you very much, and have a nice day.